On this episode, we're bringing you insight from the luxury side of the industry and how strong partnerships elevate great design. Our guest today also happens to be one of my very dearest friends, more like a sister than anything. So today's guest is Savannah Lindeau. I don't even know how to say your last name.
It's okay. You know what? There's so many iterations. I think I'm like
Lindeau.
Linda. Yeah.
I've only known you for years.
It's okay.
You're just Savannah.
Hey, my alias goes by several now.
So I just said she's a dear friend and I don't know her last name, but that's just how we roll.
That's okay.
She also happens to represent one of my very most favorite luxury appliance brands, SKS, formerly Signature Kitchen Suites, for those that don't know. SKS, as a brand, supports many organizations nationally, but they make the most impact they can with their local ASID, NARI, and local Builders Association groups, hosting trainings and network events throughout the Metroplex. The SKS brand was featured in the New American Home Project, as well as many food and wine festivals nationally. They truly honor the experience of cooking and how that relates to your lifestyle. So please join me in welcoming Savannah with no last name to the podcast today. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much. It is such an honor to be here and happy. I think we're on our third or fourth year friendship now.
I know.
So thanks to Miss Christy Hopper and spring of 22.
I just looked up the pictures.
Yeah.
So
crazy.
I actually met Savannah at one of the SKS training events in Napa, which explains the whole wine thing, what they do. And then, I feel like we haven't separated since the moment.
Pretty much.
So it was an instant connection.
It absolutely. That was a great group. And I believe wasn't it Ginger Curtis doing the clogging?
Yes.
Yes. So we had a lot of fun that trip.
And Tracy Connell was there?
Yes.
Yeah. It was quite the event.
It was.
A good intro for me into SKS because we actually got to cook at that event, which was phenomenal and really get to learn the product. Yeah. And although we love the brands, I've said this often amongst my own firm, is that it's not just the brand, that we're very dedicated to our reps because our reps make the brand for us. Yes, the brands are great. We love it. But if we didn't have you guys and what you do for us, then it really doesn't mean anything to us, right? Because we have that one-on-one relationship.
Absolutely.
So I just want to start out with a little bit on, you had a quote in your bio, and I'm going to read it directly. Okay. It says, from ranch life in Nebraska to leadership roles across multiple markets, Savannah's journey reflects her belief that grit, integrity, and continuous growth create success in business and beyond. Yeah. And that just jumped out at me because I know you very well. And since we're talking about luxury today, first we're going to go and we're going to talk about rodeo.
All right.
Because there's nothing more luxurious than rodeo.
Absolutely not. That's where the grit and the glam come in.
That's right. Yeah. So let's share a little bit about your passion.
Okay.
Mostly on the weekends.
Yeah, mostly.
And just introduce yourself to everybody that way.
Okay. Hey, I'll deep dive into the story. So I don't think we'll have enough podcast time to really go into it, but I'll give the highlights.
We'll do some extra after the podcast.
Absolutely. So born in South Central Nebraska to a farming and ranching family. Mom grew up on the ranch side. Dad was a third generation farmer. So very agriculture based. Let me tell you, when I didn't even know what a built-in refrigerator was when I walked into my first Ferguson showroom, 100% real.
Yeah, you look so farmy too.
Oh, so farmy. Yeah, I played Dr. Jekyll, Miss Hyde real well. But so grew up in the agriculture background, moved around quite a bit, chasing farms and, in my horses and farms in my youth. And then I ended up in Arizona and went to University of Arizona for my undergrad. Did business there. So shout out Wildcats.
Perfect.
And did 3 years of undergrad, finished early.
And what was your degree in?
Arts, media, and entertainment with a emphasis on business. So it's interdisciplinary. But it was more of an emphasis on business and in the entertainment industry.
Okay. So what were you thinking you wanted to do?
Oh, I still don't know what I want to do when I grow up.
I totally get that.
So I knew I needed business to have a strong kind of a background as far as coming into wherever. Who knew what industry I wanted to be in. Yeah. I always kind of leaned towards the creative and the marketing and the advertising aspect, but I knew, unfortunately, you still got to pass your math class, kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Still got to do those.
And it's okay. Hey, D's still do get degrees. Don't recommend it, but it happens. So, but yeah, finished at the University of Arizona, and I had a little hiatus. 6 months after that, I went and managed a cattle ranch.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Up in Yucca, Arizona. Yeah.
I had a hiatus in Europe.
Oh, your hiatus was probably much more glamorous.
I didn't want to go back to school after that. So.
Yeah, I wanted to run back to society. So, I have a really deep passion for the ranching culture and the Western culture, and it was amazing. I cow punched in northern Arizona, and
I don't even know what that means.
Sun up was on a horseback, sundown was on horseback, and it was a lot of fun. 6 months is about anybody's capacity, at least for me. That was my capacity for doing it, and moved back down to Tucson, and that's when I found Ferguson. I walked into a Ferguson showroom in Tucson, and that was it. I mean,
what drew you to walk into that showroom? Because here you've been doing these other things, and it's like,
oh, you're ready for some tea
guy or something? Tea, please. Let's do that.
Okay, tea time. I was engaged at the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So best thing I ever did is that Human and I didn't work out. So that's what propelled a lot of my career as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I was looking for a job at the time. Said Human at that time, it didn't work out. So it was kind of like one of those moments where, again, you're like, I don't really know what I want to do. I mean, I'm young. I was 21, maybe at that time. Yeah. 30's hit and everything gets a little blurry too. But
just wait.
Oh yeah, thanks. It's okay. Then I can forget the good stuff. But then, it's just like you just have a moment and you're like, okay, I got to figure something out in life.
Yeah.
And I still had horses. I had, oh my gosh, a shameless amount. I think I had like 5 horses or 5 or 6 or 7, some crazy amount. And I was still rodeoing at that time. And I was like, unfortunately, like horses cost money.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
That's the luxury part of rodeo.
That is definitely the luxury part, is watching paychecks come in and paychecks leave at the same time.
Yeah.
But so, I still wanted to do the horse thing, wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. And I had this opportunity and I walked into a Ferguson showroom. And I think that was really a turning point in my life. Just getting to walk in and see this showroom. I mean, you never forget the first showroom that you walk into because it's such an experience.
It's so true.
It really is. And, we're in this amazing industry where nowadays I look at opulence and beauty and design and I'm just like, oh, that's cool. But there was a time when it was,
we truly get jaded.
Oh, absolutely.
When you're in the luxury market like we are.
Yeah.
It's like, sure, no, you can spend $15,000 on a range.
Yeah.
Like, why aren't you doing that?
Treat yourself, honey.
Because we're super jaded. It actually came up with Danny recently. Somebody reached out to her that she had worked for before, and she was doing rental properties up in Broken Bow.
Oh, yeah.
Like short-term rentals. And the gal had called and said, hey, do you have a resource for whatever? And she's like, oh, yeah, call, whichever company it was. They run about $3,000 or whatever for a standard rug. And her person was just like, are you kidding? Like, what industry have you moved into? Because we don't usually spend more than $800 on a rug. Like, that's just crazy.
Right.
But when we're looking at it all the time, it's just like, no, this is just what we do. This is what our clients like. This is just the part of the world that we're in, which is amazing.
It is.
But we definitely get jaded.
100%. I'm still jaded. But that's okay. That's the bougie and the bougie cowgirl part.
Absolutely.
But so I walked into Ferguson. I was lucky enough. I had a great manager who took a chance on me. They have a really great training program as well when it comes to customer service. So I learned a ton. I had no idea what a valve in the wall was for plumbing, but within 2 years, I was speccing full houses with plumbing, appliances, lighting. And, maybe you could say I'm a little bit of like a blueprint nerd. There's nothing I love more than calling out those kind of things. It's all like one big fun puzzle piece at the end that you get to see like in full scale, which is incredible. I can't even imagine with all the extra little details that designers and builders get to do, like how that feels, because you literally build something from the ground. And so I spent 2 years doing that as a customer service rep on their floor. And then I got the call to move to El Paso.
And then did you say, yeah, sure, I'm moving to El Paso?
Absolutely, I did.
I'm like, what's in El Paso?
I was 23. I was 23 and single.
Why not?
Why not? Yeah. I've always say, if a door opens, at least go like peek your head through. Life is really short, and you really need to take any opportunity that you get. You can always say no,
Right.
but always take an opportunity. So
Don't ever regret not trying.
no, never regret. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so Ferguson moved me down, and I managed the showroom down in El Paso for 3 years.
So how did you discover SKS? Through their showroom?
So that's actually funny. So I had a lot of coworkers and cohorts that I worked with through the industry. And after leaving Ferguson after 3 years in El Paso, I moved back to Scottsdale,
That was
Arizona.
a long time in El Paso, by the way.
Did my time and my crime. Let me tell you, I can still tell you where the best margarita is there, though. And it was such a fun experience getting immersed. There's a huge art culture down there. And yeah, if you've ever seen Rocket Buster boots, let me tell you, those are like some incredible boots.
Okay, now I'm going to have to look it up.
You are.
Okay.
100%.
Rocket
So
Buster
there's a lot
boots.
of really fun things, and you're right there to close to New Mexico.
True.
So, but coming back to Scottsdale, I started with Central Arizona Supply and started in outside sales for them. And SKS had just come on the floor. It was 2017. And funny fact about SKS is my last year at Ferguson as a manager, we had gone to the 2017 KBIS. And I walk in this booth, and here's this chef using the sous vide. I'm like, kind of looking at it like, what is this?
Yeah. Yeah.
And admittedly, you look at things, in the industry, and you're like, okay, that might hit, that might not. But it was beautiful product. Small showing at that particular KBIS, but they were there to play.
2017? Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Only sous vide on the market that's integrated into a range.
It is.
Which I think is part of my love for it too. So when you go, when you have the opportunity to go to Napa and train with Nick.
Yes.
And he's showing you all the different things that this one unit, mind you have to be in that market for the price tag.
Right.
But it literally does everything.
It does.
So that's what I fell in love with first. And then when they released their 48-inch French door fridge with 4 drawers, it's literally in every project we do.
I love that.
It is my favorite refrigerator on the market.
It is a really cool piece. And there's so much innovation that comes from the SKS brand. And that's kind of where we got our start, really. So I found SKS at KBIS in 2017, moved through going to being outside sales. And then 21 hit, and we all know COVID was wild. Nobody knew what to do. And that's how I randomly ended up in Texas. I had a, moment where I was like, hey, I need to go chase some other dreams. And so I quit my job. I thought I was out of the building industry.
Okay.
Spent 4 months rodeoing full time.
Yes, ma'am.
So rodeoing full time. And
you were making bank there, right?
Oh, yeah. There was, it was really hard to get me to come back to a paying job. But yeah, and then SKS swooped me up, and I mean, it's kind of been the history, like the rest is history.
Yeah.
I've been watching a amazing brand grow for 4.5 years now. We started with the sous vide range and some really cool product. And I think when I started, we roughly had like 43 products in the lineup, and now we're up past 60. So,
and the parent company is
LG Electronics.
So all the tech that you get with that included in all these fabulous appliances.
Exactly.
I think for our listeners, we have kids that are either in school, currently enrolled, or maybe they've just graduated, or people that want to come into this amazing industry that we have. What are some of the things you walk through any door, right, and kind of check things out? I think when they graduate, it's hard for them to know, where do I even go? Where do I start? Right? Because they're learning on one end and they've got this great education behind them. But what door do you walk through? So I guess I know we talked a little bit about what pulled you into Ferguson's. It was just kind of a timing thing.
Yeah.
But for those out there to understand what a Ferguson's could do for you, and ironically, we have Kristen Mitchell will be one of our guests as well.
I love that.
Yeah, so we'll get another deep dive into Ferguson's because they support the brand so much. But what would you recommend? Maybe some other areas, if let's say somebody's really into that techie and they love the appliance thing, or for whatever reason, they're into stainless steel, whatever it is.
Right.
Maybe where are some areas that they can go, Ferguson's included, but where they might want to just knock on a door?
I really think there's so many options. So I didn't wake up and just decide that I wanted to be in the building industry. In reality, I spent 6 weeks doing door-to-door insurance when I first started. I was not a born salesman at all.
With a degree.
Yeah, with a degree.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I was not a born salesman whatsoever. I was terrified. I hated cold calling. I really didn't enjoy customer interactions. And in all honesty, at the end of the day, you kind of have to, I hate to say fake it till you make it, but you find that like grit and glam in you and you're like, okay, like I have to find my place in this world. What do I truly enjoy? For me, it was the speccing the product, seeing the finished projects come to life, knowing that I can drive down a highway and be like, oh, I worked on that building, or, oh, I worked on that building, and all the amazing, amazing people that you meet in the industry. I've been in the industry 11 years now, which, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm saying that on camera, but which I know it could be way worse, but God, I still feel like I'm the 20-year-old straight coming out of college.
Something about the industry, it just keeps us young.
It really does. But you just get gray hairs early. Yeah. Thank you, customers. But really, it's just find your niche, and don't be afraid to go out and try different things. Did I ever think that I was going to be an appliance only rep? No.
Right.
Did I knew that I enjoyed sales. There's a lot of really great opportunities out there. There's a lot of great money that you can make in this industry, which is great. I've watched sales associates coming up that are straight out of college and they had a knack for sales and just customer service. At the end of the day, it's just customer service. Call your people back.
That's what we all have to do. It is customer service.
That is ABC. The always be closing is just call your people back.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Yeah.
So, just I say go talk to people. I've never met anybody in this industry that isn't willing to have a conversation.
Absolutely.
And just go talk to people. Find something you like. If you don't like being in the design, cool. Go try. There's so many different trades. You can be on the trade side, more on the plumbing, the electrician.
True.
And that's a huge injustice that we haven't quite projected out to our younger generations coming up. You can make money everywhere.
Right.
Master plumbers, master electricians, the trades. Like, you don't have to be afraid of maybe, even if a degree isn't your end all be all, there's every different sector that you can go to.
And still be in the industry, which is crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah. There's so much out there. We talk a lot about on the show about being part of organizations and how that networking is just huge. So you guys are part of NARI.
We are.
ASID. But the unique one that we haven't talked about on the show yet is the builders associations.
Yeah.
And they're all over the country.
They are.
And it's a whole different element. So you're really coming into the backside of construction. So when you go to, and we've attended some of these together, we're talking about, I hate to name drop because I'm not going to have Pella on, but like Pella Windows is there. And, you have insulation people there, lighting people there.
Oh, absolutely.
All still part of the industry. You get to be a part of it, but it's just a different, more of a techie end, maybe not the exact construction, but all of those companies need people.
And they're all extremely important. Maybe you're not into sales. You don't have to be into sales or the hands-on even. We still need, we need techs for AI support. We need office support. There's customer service support. There's so many different roles that really do truly touch a project at the end of the day, from office managers, project managers, there is seriously a place for everybody.
Yeah, I love that.
You can find what you're good at and what makes you happy, because at the end of the day, you have to be happy. You got to be able to roll out of bed and be happy about what you're doing. If you roll out of bed and your feet hit the ground and you're not excited about what you're doing, go find something else. Because
I wish more people would do that. Because there's a lot of people that are really not happy in their jobs.
Yeah.
And you can see it in every aspect of them.
Exactly.
So take a chance, jump out there.
Yeah. And that's the scariest part is knowing that there's something unknown that's out there. But like I said, you can always quit a job. You can always go get another job, but you can't replicate your brand and your reputation. And that's a big part about being a rep or a designer or a builder, is the reputation and the brand that you build. Because your customers come and they buy from the Christine brand. They don't just see G Interiors, and they look for reviews and previous projects that you've done.
Exactly.
And then they meet how awesome you are and how fun you are. And then they just instantly fall in love.
We're friends forever now.
Yeah, literally.
So we talk a lot about goals with the students and those listening. I happen to know what you're doing right now, which I think is an extremely admirable and crazy. And I don't even know how you're doing it. And you still have 4 horses or whatever. So let's talk about what your next steps are and what you're doing to achieve your next goal.
Yeah. So I am presently on my 2nd semester with a Executive MBA at SMU. So pony up. There's my Wildcat and my pony up. There's the other one. So I'm 2 for 2 now. It's the best decision I've ever made. It was terrifying. I'll air it out here. I am 33 years old. I haven't been in school for 10 years now. Mm-hmm. Coming back, having a full-time career that takes up a lot of time. It's a lot of travel. Trying to maintain. I have 3 horses on the property now, 4th one to come.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
from Brazil.
Yeah, I'm a little import.
Just throw that out there.
But there's a lot, and that the rodeo part is my passion, but it's not my life. It is a lifestyle, and it is what I truly love, and that's why I wake up in the morning, is because I have such a love and a passion for the horses. But going back and getting my MBA was a huge life goal for me. One, I always say education is something that nobody can ever take away from you. Even if you don't want to go back and you don't want to get a degree and you don't maybe love the classroom setting, teach yourself something. Every day be a learner of life, and go and try something new. You don't like it? Okay, learn something else. Yeah. Even if it's as simple, we have so many tools at our dispense now, between even, dare I say, AI, Chat, GPT, technology, Google. It's not just like, we don't have to walk 12 miles down the road to go find a library down our dirt road anymore. We have all of these.
Yeah, I don't think you ever did that.
No, I didn't. I promise.
Let's be honest.
No, absolutely not. But, we don't have it. There's not constraints. The knowledge is at our fingertips now. So just be a learner in life and go learn something new every day, because I really do believe that knowledge is power. And there's so many cool ways to apply yourself.
That's such a
social media, even
incredible point. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. So we're talking to people that are maybe deep in it right now, and maybe they're on their 4th year, and they're like, okay, I can't wait to not go to school again. I know I heard that from my kids. Mm-hmm. But then you get out and you enter an industry that maybe you don't know a ton about.
Right.
And you do need to learn.
Yeah.
And when you're part of these organizations, they require us to learn, right? We have certain hours that we have to do every year.
Right.
Because everything is just constantly changing. So you really do need to. So I love those points are all phenomenal.
And I think the really nice part about that is school's not necessarily about teaching you just how to do something. Like, that is the core curriculum. School is teaching you how to get through life, though, too. So these college programs, it's not about how you pick the color gray. It's teaching professional skills. It's teaching basically life skills, and how you get from point A to point B when you're trying to solve a situation. Like, I know that's especially something with the MBA. I've had to reduce a lot of noise in my life. And that's been really healthy for me, is one, putting myself first and being like, okay, finding my no. That's been the biggest thing for me, because I bet a super people pleaser, have been my whole life. And, you have that empathetic portion of you that always wants to, well, I don't want to tell somebody no because I don't want to hurt their feelings. Or even if it makes me uncomfortable, I want to please somebody else. And starting the MBA and kind of taking this step for myself really taught me, I have to say no to things, because I can't do it all.
You cannot fit it all in.
Surprisingly, I'm not Wonder Woman. I'm a little ashamed.
I saw a cape.
Thank you.
I really think.
But
you carry a crazy schedule now.
You can't be. You just have to be really intentional.
Yeah.
Be intentional with life. I'm intentional with my 9 to 5. I'm intentional with the time I spend with my animals. And I'm intentional with when I study. Maybe I'm not listening to music driving down the road, and I'm listening to,
the professors,
a book,
whatever. Yeah.
Or a podcast that I'm supposed to be studying while driving, or, I don't.
Or maybe this podcast. I don't know.
I would. Everyone should listen to the Christine G podcast 100%, because I promise you there's little nuggets of gold everywhere in this thing.
Yeah. So. It's been a blast so far doing the recordings and getting to know colleagues from just a little bit of a deeper basis. It's been really fun to see where, we all start somewhere, and a lot of us start in the same place. So it's been really interesting.
I think that's the coolest part too about this industry, is that we all start at so many different levels and in so many different ways.
Different places.
Yeah.
And then something draws us to this industry, whatever it is. It could be a showroom, it could be a person or whatever, but we're drawn into it.
We are.
And I think those that know the industry, or they think they want to be in it, they realize how, it's so fun. It's so social.
It really is.
It's networking. It's relationship driven. It's all of those wonderful things.
It is. I've met some of my best friends and my family through this industry, and I'm so thankful for that. I mean, like I said, I've still got builders that I call from 10 years ago. I still see people at KBIZ every year.
Which is coming up next week. It is. We'll be at KBIZ together.
Yeah. So, and I still see people from there that I've seen. And I'll walk by and be like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in, a decade.
Yeah.
And so I think
nobody wants to leave the industry. We're all still in it.
Yeah.
Okay. So a few key takeaways for the students. So you've given us all kinds of lovely nuggets, and I'm sure they're going to go back and re-listen to this. But let's say maybe they're in a job, and you talked a little bit about this, and something is not pulling them to that job. Maybe a red flag is saying, no, don't do this, go do this. What would be maybe just a couple key takeaways of how they should react? I mean, you've been pretty open about leave. And go find something else you want to do.
I will always say that. Leave when you're comfortable though, and sometimes we need to do a little self-reflection too. Like, I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I get a little frustrated with my job. And I think that's a normal human thing
with every job.
And so sometimes you just have to take a step back and be like, okay, what can I do in my life to alleviate the stressors, for one? And is it a job thing? Is it a me thing? Is it a personal thing? And if you look at that path and it's just not adding up, then don't be afraid to, go out and look. I'm not telling everybody just like go out and start putting resumes out on LinkedIn, or talk to a mentor. Having a mentor is huge. Having a sounding board, talk to people that are in the industry that you respect. Yeah. That's a huge thing.
I love that. There are a lot of people in our industry that are willing to give back, which is what this whole podcast is about.
Yeah.
But I think connecting with a mentor is huge and a great way for you to advance whatever you do in life.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, I mean, asking somebody to coffee and just getting to sit down and have that sounding board. Because your friend groups are great, but a lot of times, especially in this industry, friend groups, unless they're in the industry, don't understand some of what we're going through. So I think that it is really important to just have somebody who's an exterior that you can call and be like, hey, I had a really crummy day. Can we talk about this? Or, hey, I need a next step and I need a little direction in life.
Yeah.
So, and, listen to the Christine G podcast, because that's,
I love that you're calling it the Christine G podcast.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Or the Design Center.
The Design Center. But listen to podcasts, and just find what truly makes your heart happy. And I know that sounds way easier because everybody's like, okay, well, how do I know what makes me happy? You don't until you go out and try it.
Absolutely.
What makes you happy might not make somebody else happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. What makes you happy might be sweeping a street. And if you do it with all of you, great.
Yeah, I love it.
Whatever you do it with all of you, though.
I love it.
Yeah.
This has been awesome.
It has.
Thank you so much
You're
for
so
joining
welcome.
us. Yeah.
Of course.
I'm so excited to be able to have you on.
It's an honor.
Yeah, I think just as close as we are as friends, and to get to take this journey with me, I'm grateful to have you. So thank you.
Yes, thank you. All right. It's been so fun.